Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how I've made this loaded napkin fold card. So if you've made the napkin fold before, and I've got a couple of those tutorials already on the channel. I've made them a few years ago now, but they're really nice, especially the gift box one. So I'll do a napkin fold playlist, so I'll link that up here. But I thought it'd be really nice to revisit it, and I've changed it up a little bit. So this is a 6x6 card, and you'll see we've got the napkin fold on the side or the bottom here. It goes around to the back there. So this is your pocket here, and then you can load it up with as much stuff as you like. So the idea is this one I'm going to have a gift card on. This one I'm going to write a message on the back here, and then this one here, just another nice one that says happy birthday. You could put, people were saying I made this during a Facebook Live, they're saying you could put an inspirational quote on there, you could put photos, do all sorts of these. Look good for wedding invitations, for special birthday, party invites, all kinds of things. But it all folds flat. This comes out of the back, so it all stands up, and it will fit into an envelope or one of my box envelopes, and I'll link them as well during the tutorial. It's very easy to make, and you can use anything that you have. No specialty dies are needed to make this at all. So let me show you how. So to make the napkin fold, you want any size square. Now, if you want to make the size that I'm making for the 6x6 card, then you'll need a piece of 12x12. If you want to make something smaller, as long as it's a square shape that you're starting with, once I've made this piece, then you'll see how easy it is to slot your card in. Now, if you've got single-sided like this, if you want the colour showing on the front, then you want the colour facing up. If you want white, then you'll have your white facing up. This time I'm going to have the colour facing up. I had the white on that one. So what you want to do first of all is fold this piece in half. Now I'm using a paper as opposed to a cardstock. I recommend anything 150 and under, but you don't want to go as thin as copy paper. I think that's just a bit too flimsy because we're going to be sticking mats and layers on top of this. So you do want something that's quite strong. This is the Dovecraft paper. I use this to make my envelopes. If I can find this, I'll link it in the description box below. They do it in 6x6, 8x8 and 12x12, I believe. So I folded it in half. You're then folding it in half on the other side. So you'll have 4 6x6 squares. Okay. Then you're going to fold this half in half. So you're going to fold this one up to the middle there, to that score line, or that fold line. The key with this as an origami fold is keeping everything perfectly lined up. You want your folds to be crisp, so if you want to use a bone folder you can. I'm just using my nail there. And now we've got 4 segments within this half. So then we're going to rotate and we're going to fold this half. And now we've just created another 4. Then you're going to pop it around to the next size and do the same again. And bringing this over to the middle. So now we've got 8 squares here, and then I'm going to rotate and I'm going to do the same here. So now you'll have this piece. So it doesn't matter what size you're using, but you'll have all these squares all over. Next you want to pop it so it's in a diamond shape. Pick one of your points here and you're going to fold it into the middle. Make sure that these folds line up with these folds here. Just make sure everything's nice and straight. Open that one back up, go around to the next corner and fold it in to the middle. Okay, and then repeat that on the other 2 corners. So now you should have something like this. Next, you'll see you've got these triangles here on each of the point is on that halfway fold on each side. You want to fold this over, and then where you've got that triangle shape, you're going to bring this back, and it's going to bring this forward, and you'll see this square shape. Now as you do one, you kind of need to do the next one, so I'm going to bring that one round as well, and you'll see this naturally kind of does it for you. Okay, so it's all looking white at the moment, but once we start folding everything out, we're going to reveal the green or the colour. If you've got double-sided, then, you know, depending on what pattern you want, you're going to have it all covered. But you'll see we've got that corner there. So next I'm going to come around to this one here, bring that in, and then that again just falls into place for you. And then this end, you just need to bring that piece in Don't worry if it all pops open, because you're going to be doing this. You're going to be opening and closing it a lot in a minute anyway, so don't worry. Just getting it into that shape, like so. So now you should have something that looks like that when it's just doing its own thing. Looks like a nice flower opening. Then you're going to get each square now, and you're going to fold back that flap. Again, just, you know, use your nail or get something in there just so you get those points perfectly lined up. Okay. Okay, so now we've got our napkin fold. Now this is what I made, and then I popped the top of this on top of a gift box, and then I think I had a belly band or something around the top, but then when you open it up you can have a message in this section. And I also popped this on my Ultimate Valentine's card and on the Chinese thread book, and they'll all be in that playlist. So that's the basic shape. Then what we want to do next is fold, just lay it kind of flat and then fold it in half. Just make sure all the points line up. Now it's up to you how you have your pocket. You may want to have that as your pocket and hide all of this. You might want to have that as your pocket, or you might want to fold this over, and that's what I'm going to do. I actually do prefer it folded over now after seeing. I think it gives you, if I just bring back the card here, by folding it over you get this flat edge, and I think it just shows off everything in the pocket a bit clearer. If that's sticking up, it's just going to come up into this space here, but you know, there's no right or wrong. You can do whatever you want with this. So what I've got here is I've got my 6x6 card blank. So I've cut this from a piece of 12x6. I just use my scoreboard, because a change that I'm making with this one is adding an extra score line. So along the 12-inch side you want to score it 3 and 6. Now if you've made this yourself it would be 6x6. What I then went ahead and did is I trimmed just a little bit off of the side. So I took it down to 5 7/8 along the folded side, because this is 6x6. If that's 6x6 as well, it's not going to go in there nicely. But what will happen is each side of this will go, in fact if I do that one outside, and then that way you'll get to see the difference. So the folded side needs to go on the back, and then your slide, you can open it all up at this point because we haven't stuck anything down, but that's gone in there, so you can see we start to get this opening. So that's how it looks, the pocket from the front with the piece left open. That's how it looks if you want to hide everything. So I think I'm going to keep the back like this just so it looks a bit different, but this one I'm now going to fold over, and I'm going to stick that all down, and that gives me that same look there. If I remove all these, obviously it's got the pattern paper on, but you can see the pocket there. So I'm going to use my Kalau glue, and I'm going to just pop it inside here and just stick that piece down. And then on the back I'm just keeping those pieces visible, so I'm going to open it up like this. I don't want to put a fold in there, I'm just kind of pinning it back. If I do it that way, this is going to add lots of strength to the pocket. Just pop the glue down and then just close that like so. So now you've got that pocket on the back, but you've got that pocket on the front. You don't need to stick all in here. Once this card's in, you know, it all holds itself together. So then with this piece here, you want to add your mats and layers before you stick it into there. So I've got this piece, which is 5 3/4 squared. Again, I just shaved a little bit off of the side that you would have trimmed this base card piece in by, because we took it in slightly. So I'm going to just put some glue onto there, and this is the clear Kalau all-purpose glue, so it's going to make it nice and strong. Now the papers I'm using a couple actually. So this one I picked up last year from the Works. It's called Classic Christmas, really nice colours. And then I've also got this one, which I have used quite a lot from. This one was given to me a couple of years ago now, I think it was, and it's the Photoplay, and it's Here Comes Santa. And I'm using papers like this, and you'll see that when I come to decorate the tags. So that's that piece stuck down. And then on the back, you want to fold back that score line. Now this piece is going to go in behind these, and we will matte layer that in a moment. To go on the top here, I've cut this piece, which is 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. It's going to go on the top. Now, if you wanted to keep this still kind of like a traditional card where you have a separate message on the back or inside, you could have this as white card, stamp a nice little message there. But I'm going to have my message and like the gift cards and everything all in those pockets on the front. So I'm just going to have this with a decorative piece of paper on the back. Now, once we stick this into the napkin fold, this piece won't open anymore. So I'm actually going to add glue all inside that top folded piece. So just where we've added that pattern paper, I've popped the glue behind. You're just going to stick that piece down. Okay, so now we've got something like that. So you'll see how that's going to stand up. Okay, so then I'm going to grab this piece, and now I'm just going to add glue. This is the front, all inside. Now you might want to do both at the same time. I'm not. I'm going to just do one at a time. But I'm going to pop this now in here and just slide that down, and then just put some pressure on it there just to make sure that all sticks down. While that's drying, I'm going to add glue again in here. Don't need too much. And then you're going to have to kind of, actually you probably will need to do them at the same time because I've done this slightly different to the live. So let me just pull that out a bit because it's still drying. So you will want to pop that in at the same time. If you've not stuck that down, again, I'll link the live below because some people do like to go and see the process, but now you'll see that all goes in. You can just slide it in easier. Okay, so now you have something like that. I put the front over that piece and then realised and quickly pulled it off. But you've got your pocket at the front there, and then you've got your two pockets at the back there. I'm probably going to put a little stopper in there as well, but it does stand up fine, so it'll probably be okay. But just in case you have got anything a bit heavy on this, it may start to open a bit more than you would like. So I'll show you that towards the end. So next we want to cover all of these sections here. I'm going to cover the back as well. So I've got the mirrored card here, which is 2.5 squared. And then I've got the patterned paper here, which is 2 1/8 of an inch squared. Because we're cutting on angles and stuff, I was doing this during the live, and sometimes I made it so there was too much of a border. So that's why the measurements are like this. So 2 1/8 squared. And then it's up to you if you want to do 1/2 of a triangle and cover the whole piece. But I've done two separate. So I've got these ones here, which are 1 1/8 of an inch squared. You want two pieces. And then I've got these here, which are 7/8 of an inch squared. And again, I've got two pieces, one for the front and one for the back. All of those are for the little tags. So we'll go through those in a moment. So with all of these pieces, you want to pop them so they're in the diamond shape. And you want to make sure you've got the point to point on the blade. And then just cut those. You want to do that on all of these square pieces. So next you want to stick them onto all of the triangle spaces. So you got these two for this side, and then they will go on the back. Then you've got these ones that will stick on top. I will stick this to here with the clow, and then I'll stick this onto this with some double-sided tape or my tape runner. I wouldn't really use liquid glue on mirrored card because it will end up peeling off. And then again, you've got your mirrored, which is going to go into the small ones with the small pattern over at the top, and that'll be, you won't need that for the back actually, so you don't need as many as I told you for the small ones because the back's different. You'll just need the larger triangles. So I'm going to get all that stuck down. Okay, so they're all stuck down. It's really starting to come together again. I just love how this all fans out on the side. The size of that largest one and this triangle will be the same for inside here. I'm going to stick all those down when I go to do all the little decoration. Now, to do your tags, If you have tag punches, tag dies, just use those. But I wanted to do a way so that, you know, if you don't have those things, you can still make this. So for the largest tag, this is a piece of 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. What you want to do is come down each side 1 1/4. Just put a pencil mark. And again on this side, 1 1/4. And then come in from the top, 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. You can now draw a pencil line to connect those two across that corner there, or just grab your scissors and just snip across like so, and again like so, and then I'll just rub out those pencil marks. I've then got this piece here which is going to stick on the top, and this is 3 by 3 3/4, and that's going to stick right in the middle there. I'm going to leave that plain because I'm going to be adding a lot of detail, little bells and all sorts on there. But I have done this one, so I'm going to do these two where I cover the whole thing, so you can just see how to do it, and if you want to do that one you can. For the smaller ones, you'll want 2 tags that are 2 1/2 by 4 1/4. And this time you're going to come down 1 inch on each side. So just again pop a little pencil mark. And then you want to come in 1 inch. And then again, just cut across, joining up those 2 pencil marks. Just rub those out. And then I've got this lovely image here, and that's from the Photoplay 6x6 pad. So you can see you get all these different cutout pieces. I mean, this may well still be available. Like I said, this was sent to me and it was from America that it came from. So whether we've got it in some UK, you know, online stores, I'm not sure. But I'm going to add little bits like this onto this, and you'll see all of that in a moment. But this piece here, which is the same as that pattern piece, is 4 by 2 1/4. And you want to do the same measurements on this. So you're going to come down 1 inch. I'm hoping I'm not going to take off. If I think it's going to cut across too much, no, it's not. I thought it was going to cut across his face, but I think I'm just going to get away with it. And then 1. Yeah, I think that's going to work just fine. So it's just going to snip across. And like so. And again, just rub out your pencil marks. And now that will sit in there. So it's up to you whether you want to cover it or whether you want to do that whole piece. If you want this size to cover the whole piece, then you will do, it would be 3 by 5. And just come down 1 1/4, come in 1 1/4. And on those ones, you come down 1 inch and you come across. So whatever your measurement is, do that the same for your pattern piece. I'm going to stick all those down. And then I'm going to punch, in fact, I'll do it on one of them and then I can do all of that as well because I'll just speed the video up. But I'm just going to grab some, see if I've got any nice Christmas colours. I haven't, oh, I've got the reds. There we go, actually. Yeah, I'm going to use those red ones there. So I've got my Big Bite here. You can use any hole punch. And you just want to make sure you've got it on the hole punch setting. But I'm going to do just about there. And then I'm going to pop my eyelet in. And then with this one, I'm just going to flick it now to the eyelet set. Again, you can buy very inexpensive eyelet sets. The only reason I've honestly got this is because my mum found it in a charity shop for £10. So it was a bargain. And now you'll see that's set. And I'm going to use that to thread the ribbon through. And it's just a nice little detail. So I'm going to do that on these two. Okay, so you can see now how they're going to look when they're all in there. I've been thinking, I think I'm going to give this to my nan. I'm actually going to send it to her before she comes down for Christmas as a little kind of like, I'm excited to see you, can't wait to see you. I'm going to pop some scratch cards in there. I might even put just a little gift card in there just to kind of get her excited for Christmas. She will absolutely love this. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this to Nan and then I'm going to make another card for her to give her when she's actually down here. So I'm going to add ribbon through there and I'm going to feed it through and then add some twine in a bow. I'm going to pop things like, let's bring in everything I'm going to use. So I've got these here. These are from last Christmas, Simply Creative mini gift bows. I think they're going to look adorable, kind of at the top there, one on each of them. So they're like little, well, gift tags. She could use them if she wants to pop them on presents. I've got other bows here, more sentiments, but I'm just going to think I'm going to have Happy Christmas. And then on the back I can write a little message like, can't wait to see you, I've missed you, have you been naughty or nice? Because she loves all that kind of stuff. I made these little tags. They were from an old Christmas, I want to say it was possibly a craft consortium, but it might have been a Dovecraft. Anyway, they're these lovely little toothpicks with flag tails on. So I might just maybe stick a couple in the front of the pocket there. I'm literally just going to load it up. Like I said in the title, it's a loaded pocket, and then these are the bells, and I'm going to have a couple of bells stuck. I'm going to use my glue gun, so I've got that on there, and I've got these little snowflakes here as well, so I can just stick a few of those around. Cover inside there, and I'll get the stopper prepared, but I'll show you that at the end, and I'll get the measurements for that as well, just to cover the back section. And yeah, and I'll show you it all close up. I'm going to pop some Christmas music on, so if you don't want to listen to that, just mute it, and then you can watch it on high speed, me finishing it all off. The finished card. Just move it around there so you can see all the details. So I've added the ribbon and then a little bit of twine, little bell, you've got the little bow there, and then like I said, on the back I'll be writing little messages, and then this one here is just kind of the main one in the middle. Again, I think I'm going to buy her a small gift as well, very thin, wrap it in some tissue paper and slot that in there because I think that'll look lovely. On here is going to be the gift card. I'm going to get a festive looking gift card. I may end up putting it on the back actually and having another, you know, not that one, but something like that on the front, we'll see. And then I've just, with my hot glue, I've popped the flags onto the front piece here so they don't interfere with the pocket. So that all sits in there nicely. And then on the back, I've just decorated it like this. So this piece here is 5 3/4 by 2 3/4, and you just want to find the middle along this long side and just cut across, just like you've cut all of these, the tag. Just mark the middle, so you'd mark that there and then just cut up, and that'll give you that shape. Decorated in there as well. I'm not going to do those ones, I don't think you really need to, but obviously you can if you want. I might put can't wait to see you on the back there as well. And then I don't think this needs the stopper. It does hold itself really well, but I'm going to do it and pop it in just in case, you know, we're all going to have different cardstock. But this is a piece of 4 by 1 inch. And along the 4-inch side, I've just scored it every 1 inch. So 1 inch, 2 inches and 3 inches. You then want to fold it so that you have an M shape or a W shape. It's entirely up to you. And then you're going to stick this inside here. So I'm going to use the quick grab glue. And I'm going to do one at a time. So you're going to bring this up a little bit higher. So I'm going to come up about halfway. Just sit that there. Just squeeze it down. It doesn't matter which way up you have this either. I've done it so it's a W. And then just losing my tags there. Pop my glue on this side and just squeeze that down and fold that down. Just give that a minute to dry. And now you've got that stopper, so that means that won't spread out. That's as wide as it will go. You can see that's perfect. It's just what you want. So there you have it. A really cute, unusual card, but I think it's a great way for giving a gift card or, you know, those smaller little very thin presents. I think it's great for invitations, and it's just another different way to make a card, and you use up quite a lot of your supplies. And it's quite a good one for scraps as well, actually. So yeah, really pleased with this one. I'm going to pop this in one of my box envelopes, so I'll link that one up here if I haven't already linked it. You know, again, it depends on how much bulk you're putting on here. Not everybody will decorate it like this, so you may find you'll be able to pop it in a normal size envelope, or one of my DIY ones. I'll link that up here as well. So I'll just bring back in this one so you can see the 2 different styles. This one's got the holographic card running throughout. Obviously that one's for a birthday. That one doesn't have the stopper on, but it's fine. That was actually done slightly differently. That's when I realised I needed to add the score line. So this one I'm just going to keep really. But that one, you can see now how it looks with all of that. And obviously that does stop it falling flat. But there you have it, 2 loaded napkin fold cards. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. I'll link as much as I can, as always, in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed today, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon.